thank you so much for inviting us to your amazing office.
My pleasure.
I appreciate that. Young, you came to the United Arab Emirates in 2008. You worked at the Abu Dhabi International Airport.
Right. Yeah.
From there, you were earning $500.
Yeah.
Now you're a multi-millionaire, looking and moving forward to becoming a very well-made, self-made billionaire. Young, I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there. There's a lot of people out there, young people, ambitious people, who want to hear your story, to want to hear how you came about. Thank you once again for inviting us here, and I cannot wait just to get into this story. So, Young,
thank you for taking your time. Actually, it's my honor to share my stories. If I can help anyone or encourage them, that would be great.
No, thank you so much. How you came to the United Arab Emirates, and then what brought you to the country, and then how you just made it and flourished within this economy.
Back to 2008. I just graduated from my college.
Okay.
So actually, Abu Dhabi National Hotels, the company is National Hotels. They went to China to interview us because they are gonna operate a flight from Abu Dhabi to Beijing. So they need Chinese-speaking staff. Okay. So they came to our school. They interviewed us. So luckily, I was the one of them they chose to work in Abu Dhabi airport. So I came here 2008 with around 80 graduates, same like me.
Okay.
So, but during the work there, I feel like my English is the best. I mean, that time I was pretty arrogant. I was like, they don't speak proper English, but they get the same pay what they paid, and they have better. They have better. What do you call that? Workplace, because in airport there's different shops, right?
Of course.
So they have better shops than I do. So I feel like I need to find something else or do something else. I was starting to look for a different job. So I prepare my CVs. I send email to different companies to try to get them attention.
So when you came to Abu Dhabi back in 2008, you came directly to the Abu Dhabi International Airport. That's where you began working with 80 graduates, as you mentioned. So how did you? Obviously, after 2-3 months, you wanted to get out of there. So you weren't enjoying it as much as you anticipated, or did you think your English was very, very good, and you just wanted to go? I'm better than this. I can do more with my life.
Yeah, I saw some of my colleagues start to left, and some of them find a better job. Like some of them become a staff in
when they went back to China, they found a better job.
No, I mean the one who here,
okay.
The ones who still here. They left the company and they joined Huawei and they joined China Petrol. Or so it's all good, a very good company from China and a very good pay. Like so for me, it's like more. Like I say, why? Like why it's not me? Why it's them? For them it's like easy to find job. For me, I tried. I cannot say many times, but I tried like at least 4 or 5 companies, but it didn't go well. So it makes me more like rush, like try to find something. So the one day when I was in the airport. And then there's tourist groups from China. So they take the flight from Abu Dhabi back to Beijing. So the tourists, because they are Chinese, so I was speaking to them like, okay, are you guys tourists here or you have business here? So they said we just tourists here, and it's really beautiful country here, and they really want to come back. So I was like, okay, because my major was tourism management back in college. So I was like, if they're tourists, for sure there's a tour guide, right? For sure there's the job vacancy as a
tour guide.
So I was asking, okay, how's your tour guide? Are your tour guides Chinese, you know? And they said, yes, our tour guide for sure is Chinese. We don't speak English, you know. So I said, okay, how's their salary? I mean, how's their how they get
you were just
paid,
naive
you know?
little young man, just wanted to find out all the information as possible. Right.
And then they gave me the answer. That's the answer I want. They said, okay, I heard the guy told me like they get $150 a day. I was like, wow, that's a lot. I mean, at that time for me, it's like, it's really like my dream job, you know, if it's like at $150 a day, and also it's really.
Well, you're making $500 a month at your current job, so $150 a day is just
exactly
millions.
So it's like, you know, it makes me like, okay, I want to get this, you know. And it's also, you know, it's related to my major when I was in college. So I was like, oh right, okay, I should get, you know, start to know the information or details about being a tour guide in Dubai, because they're coming from Dubai directly to Abu Dhabi airport. So I was checking, because my only friend that time is my colleagues, because every day it's like, you know, airport accommodation and then airport accommodation, you know, we
homework.
Yeah. We don't spend much time outside, so we don't have any friends from outside. So I was telling one of my friends, who also is a airport sales staff like me. I was talking to her. I said I want to go to Dubai, work as a tour guide. I mean, but I don't know anyone. So now I'm just trying to connect all the informations. If you can tell me as well. And then she said, you know, I have a friend there, and then and she has a company there. If you want to know something, maybe you can ask her. So I said, yeah, that's great. I mean, at least, you know, there's someone in Dubai.
Yeah, you got a connection.
So she told me, I approached that girl, and she told me, luckily she knows something about, you know, being a tour guide, because one of her friend also, I think that time was a tour guide. I mean, not officially tour guide, like he has a car. He has a car and he just drive some tourists around.
Okay.
So I all right. So can you give me, you know, his contacts? I want to, you know, ask him some questions if possible. And they gave me his contacts. And another of my colleagues also have a friend, like in Dubai, also same, like working as a like driver tour guide, you know,
okay.
Drive his own car and show the tourists around. So
this is like regulated or purely just illegal?
Illegal, actually. Yeah, it's illegal.
And just the guy just driving people around, all right, just finding their way.
Because, you know, I mean, if only one or two to three people, it's fine. Like sitting in his own car, you know, he just drive them around, right. You know, show them around. Because that time Dubai tourism, I think it just started.
Okay.
So also it's not, you know, a bloom yet. So I have contact with them. I get in touch with them, so they give me some information. So I know that in Dubai it's true. Like, you know, if you're working as a tour guide, so you get paid like, you know, $150 around, you know. So I said, okay, I have to go there. So I told my friend who gave me the contacts from Dubai. I told her, I said, I will leave this job now. I said, I can't wait to leave this job. And then she was shocked. She said, you don't even know someone. Even the friend I just gave you, you barely know her, you know? So what you are gonna do there? Like, you don't even find a job. So I told her, I said, but still, I mean, I had enough here. Like, I mean, since 1 year ago, I want to live here. So now this is it. If I cannot survive in Dubai, I will go back to China. Yeah. So it's like, I already decided. It doesn't matter.
Your mindset was just, listen,
yes.
I'm doing this, I'm all in.
Yeah, I mean, my mentality is like, okay, I have to do this. I will go there. Even I don't have any friends there, I will go there. Because I have the information that working as a tour guide can get that pay. And it's not a full-time job. I mean, it's not like you are employee from the tour company. Because that time, we don't have that much tourists.
Of course.
So the tour agency always hire some Chinese, like freelancer Chinese. So I was like, okay, I just get a visa, employment visa from company. So and they give me the NOC, like working as a freelancer outside. Then that will be great. So I left that country. My friend was like, you know, you are so dead, like, you know, you don't have any incomes, you don't have any friends, and you don't have any job, and you go to Dubai.
Did you have a place to stay when you were coming here? You were just
that's a good question. So she introduced her friend to me, right? So that friend in Dubai has accommodation.
Okay.
So but they did partitions.
Okay.
For her workers.
Right.
So I took one bed space.
Okay.
So at least, you know, I have place to stay. Otherwise, you know, I don't have that, you know, gut to resign, because I don't even have place to live. Yeah. So I came to Dubai, like everything's so new to me. You know, Dubai and Abu Dhabi is totally different city. I mean, in terms of like, let's say buildings. You know, in Dubai I have so many skyscrapers, you know, and more modern. But Abu Dhabi is like a more cultural.
Abu Dhabi is more laid back, kind of relaxed environment,
yes,
as
exactly.
Dubai is a more fast paced.
Yeah, at that time, like that time was 2009. Yeah,
okay.
At that time, yeah. So I moved to Dubai. Everything's new to me. I was so excited. You know, I'm trying to, you know, already. I'm asking the friend I only know, which is my friend introduced, to give me some contacts of the tour agency. You know, I want to try if they can hire me as a freelancer tour guide, but it didn't go well because, you know, the time when I came to Dubai, it's already.
So you quit the job.
Yeah.
You end up coming to Dubai, and now you're going to interviews trying to get the job as a tourist.
Yes.
As a tourist guide.
Yeah.
So how did that process go?
It didn't go well because because, you know, first of all, don't have that much tour groups from China, because just 2009 September, UAE just the tourist destination for Chinese open.
Okay.
I mean, so officially in China can organize groups to UAE. So you can see they just started. So the groups for sure is very few. So for all the agencies in Dubai, they already have, like, you know,
they're already booked. They already have.
They have their tour guides before. They want to hire them. They don't want to hire a new guy. And obviously, like, it's enough already. They don't need extra freelancer tour guide work for them because they don't have that much groups. So when I went to those tour agency, actually didn't go well because they don't know me. Second of all, I'm not experienced tour guide in Dubai. I'm totally new, so it didn't go.
I can only imagine how those interviews went.
Yeah, so it didn't go well, but I struggled like maybe 2-3 months because
you were living in Dubai for 2-3 months, just no job, just going to interviews.
Exactly, and I own this my friend who offered me the best space, and she also offered me the visa.
Okay.
So I own her, I think, around 20,000 dirhams probably.
So
that
you
time.
owed her money.
Yeah, like because she spent money on my visa, she gave me the space to live in. I don't have money for her. I just told her, like, you know, I will pay you back once I have a job. So I really appreciate what she
did for you.
Yeah, she done for me, because, you know, at that time it's like I don't have any income. So, and she's kind of, you know, her husband have business in Dubai, so I think it's the money for her is nothing. So that's why she showed her really kindness and also the support to me. So, but, you know, I moved to Dubai since September 2009.
Okay.
Until December, like, there's no job at all. 3 months, like, I went different places. There's no jobs, and January came 2010. You know, that actually the Chinese New Year is gonna come. I think it's like the end of January probably. So the Chinese New Year for sure. That's the vacations the Chinese will go abroad. Most of the Chinese, they will choose different places to travel, because we have 7 days of vacation. So that's the chance I'm gonna have groups, because in that time 2010 January, there's no many Chinese tour guides, so only very few. But the Chinese groups are a lot because of 2009 September, as I told you, UAE become the tour destination for Chinese. So a lot of groups coming. So they don't have tour guides at all. So they need to book tour guide in advance. So whoever speaks Chinese, if you are free, you can be a tour guide.
Okay.
Like you can, illegally,
Yeah.
So,
but if you speak Chinese, you're good to go. You can.
Yeah. Even I know that that Chinese New Year in 2010, the chef, the barbers, the waiters, whoever speak Chinese, they're tour guides.
Oh, so do you know where the Burj Khalifa is? Yes, I know. You're a tour guide.
they don't even know they're tour guide. So that's because nobody expected that much groups coming.
All right. Yeah. So there was in that time there were just a lot of groups coming in from China
in Chinese New Year. So of course I get job as well. I called them, so for sure they called me back, was asking me if I'm free for those days, and then I took 3 groups during Chinese New Year. So each group I can have like maybe around 3,000 dirhams, or
about $750.
Yeah. Because they give tips as well, the tourists. So after this Chinese New Year, it's like my life's back to before. Like there's no work anymore. I didn't expect that, because I was thinking like, okay, I am already like having experience working as a tour guide, so the travel agency should hire me, like ask me for more dates, if I'm available. So no, it's a no. So and then so this 3 groups incomes, I need to pay the money.
You have to pay your rent, you have to pay the visa.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're basically left to square one, nothing again.
Yeah.
Paid off a little bit of your debt.
Exactly. So the whole February I don't have work. So and then it makes me start to think, should I stay here or not? Because I realize if I'm not experienced tour guide, if I'm not like other freelancers already working with the agency for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they're not gonna hire me, because they don't have that much groups. So they don't want to use new tour guide. So February, because I don't have work, so I need to borrow money from my friends for my daily expenses, and also, as you said, like rent, and so I was thinking, okay, but I shouldn't give up this early, So when March came, so this Chinese mentality came to my mind, because in China it's like everyone in schools, they want to get as much certificate as they can. It doesn't matter if they will, for example, it doesn't matter if they will work as a teacher, they want to get a teacher certificate. And so for me it's like, since if I'm a tour guide, I should get a tour guide license.
Right.
But I don't have money.
So you took advantage. So you don't have money. You don't have any work. You're just kind of sitting at home. You're even borrowing money for the daily expenses, for food, etc. Now you just want to invest your time and invest your money into something, and this was getting a certification, correct?
Yeah, because my simple thought is, if I have a tour guide certificate, if I call those travel agencies, maybe they will hire me because I have a tour guide license. I mean, it's like from the government, they gave me the certificate, so it's a plus,
Of course,
it's an advantage. So, but I don't have money, so I need to borrow money from my friend again. I like to invest myself, And then at that time, the tour guide license, I think it's 2,500 dirhams.
Okay.
But nowadays it's like more than 10,000, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I borrowed from my friends, and they gave me the money. I paid to the Dubai Tourism Department, DTCM, and then I think I remember very clearly. I think it's March 21. That's the first day of the class. And then I
you
took
remember
the class.
the date?
Yeah, I think it's 10 days class. So it's really a good journey, to learn a lot of cultural things to know the locals, to know the Arabic, to know the cultures, and then I passed the exam. I got the certificate, so I'm so happy about it. So I still remember that moment when I get home, and when I get the list of all Dubai tour agencies, the numbers, because the DTCM gave to us, Dubai tourism department, they gave us all the list of the tour agency with the numbers. I was so happy about it. I was gonna sit in the living room, to call them one by one. That time I was like, okay, I will call them. I will tell them like I'm licensed tour guide. So whenever you need a licensed tour guide, call me. I speak English, I speak Chinese. So when I called, I think I called like 10 companies, around 10 companies. I gave up because I called them. The answer is no. No one takes me. Like no one shows interest about me. It sounds like they don't even care if you have license or not. I think they only care about if you working for them before or not. Because so I totally understand, because I'm new and also don't have that much demand on tour guides. So it's a turn off. I was like, okay, I don't think this license gonna working. So the Chinese mentality come back again, like, okay, I need to get more certificates. So what certificate I can get? Driving license. So because as I told you in the beginning, if I'm a driver, if I rent a car, I can show them around. So I
do the illegal work, right?
Yes,
you just put the couple of them in your car.
That one is actually more paid daily, like more than $200 a day.
Okay.
So I was like, let me get the driving license. I don't have money, so I borrow money from my friends again.
So went even more into depth.
Yeah, the one who borrowed money to me at that time until now, they're still my best friends.
Beautiful.
So, and then they give me the money. I enroll in the I think it's Dubai driving school, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I get the license, and then that already April, because I get my tour guide license in March, right? And April, the whole month I was taking the driving license, driving classes, and then May is coming. So May actually is my father's 60th birthday. So 2 years back, 2008, back in 2008 May, I came to UAE, I came to Abu Dhabi. So before I left, I told my dad, I said, I'm gonna come back after 2 years and then to celebrate your birthday. So when May is coming, like, I feel so sad. It's like I don't have any savings. I still have debt from my friends. But how am I gonna keep my words to my parents? Because I didn't tell my parents, like, I lost my job, I resigned from my job, and then
wait, your parents still think you're working in Abu Dhabi?
Yes, yeah, they're still thinking I'm in Abu Dhabi, because I don't want them to worry about me, because parents always care about their child, So I never tell them, like, I don't have job now, They don't even know I'm in Dubai, so they don't even know I don't have a job. They don't even know I have a lot of loan from my friends, So, but still, I want to, as a child, I want to pay back to my parents. I know you're never gonna pay back the whole things, I mean the things they brought you up, but I still want to keep my words. I want them to think I'm doing good, so they don't have to worry about me. So I decided I will go back to China. I will celebrate my father's birthday, and I will borrow money from my friends and use this money to celebrate my father's birthday. So my friends, they are really supportive, because I think that time we are all young. So I mean the friendship is so...
It's a good, strong connection, good bond.
Exactly, yeah. Because our friendship, without any benefits involved at that time, everyone was young, So they really treat you as a true friend. So, and then I remember I borrowed like 20,000 dirhams.
20,000.
Yeah.
So you're already in debt, like about 20,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And you borrowed another 20,000, which is about $8,000 in debt at this point.
Yes, I think more than that probably. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how much, but I remember.
Your friends love you, and I'm glad you're still best friends with them.
I think that time 4 or 5 friends, they keep borrow money to me, and and of course, some of them not working in the airport anymore, so their salary was higher because they're working in Huawei or they're working in China Petrol, so they have higher salary. So that's why they can keep borrowing me the money. So I have this 20,000 dirhams. I back home. My hometown is Chongqing, the big city of China, and now it's so developed. This city. If you have a time, please visit there. You're gonna be like shocked, you know, being amazed by how my city, you know, looks like. And then I go back. Okay, I hired a party planner. So I paid them. I think it's around 20,000 dirhams. You know, actually. So we invited all relatives. It's around maybe 150 people. Around this numbers. And then the host was gonna invite me to have a speech, like to talking about my father on the stage. So when I get on the stage, I couldn't talk. I can't help crying, because that moment it's all about how how was I doing in Dubai. You know, I feel like I'm such a failure. You know, I'm such a loser in Dubai. But now everybody, all the relatives think I'm doing successful. Really great. I have a good job in Dubai, you know, or in Abu Dhabi, because, you know, see, he's coming back after 2 years doing this birthday party for his father, you know. So everybody think I'm really doing great. So at that moment, all this kind of, you know, feelings keep you know,
kicking in.
Yes, kicking in, and then I just can't help cry, and I couldn't talk at all. I didn't even say hi, you know. When I hold the microphone, I cried. So the nearest table was all of my classmates from elementary school or middle school, and then they come up the stage to get me to the toilet, you know, to want to make me calm down, you know, because I was too emotional, you know. And when I come back, I never get on the stage because I know I couldn't talk, you know. So after my father's celebrations, I need to come back to Dubai because I don't have that you know, feelings like I should stay home because I don't have any income. So as soon as I finish my father's birthday, I come back to Dubai. Like I say, I need to find work, I need to find a job. I have driving license, I have tour guide license. So it should be, you know.
But your parents are still thinking that you're gonna go back and work.
Yes, exactly. So I told them, I said, I cannot stay longer. I need to go back because I'm busy. And then so I think I stay at home like 10 days, and then I fly back to Dubai. And then I started to looking for job again. You know, that was already, I think, May, the middle of May, something. Yeah. And then, you know, I have driving license, I have tour guide license. It doesn't help me at all, you know. I keep calling them, they keep rejecting me. So I realized, like, okay, I came to Dubai 2009 September, and then until now I only have 3 groups. I mean, these 3 groups, maybe like 12,000 dirhams income, and it couldn't cover at all, you know. I still have a lot of loan from my friends. So I was thinking, okay, probably this is not for me. So because I already gave myself chance, you know, to try everything, you know. I was like, okay, probably this is not for me, this city, you know. I should go back to China. And I mean, for sure, if I go back to China, I can easily find jobs because I have experience overseas, you know. And also I do speak English because most of the Chinese don't speak English. So I said, okay, I will try to you know, give out my CVs to some Chinese company who are in China. So in just like 2-3 days, I received a lot of offers, like they want to do interview. So I choose the one, and then I said I'm gonna fly back to China. Actually, I just came back from China. So, but when I come back from China, like stay here for 2 weeks, still like a no for me or the companies. So I said, okay, I need to try the jobs vacancy in China. So, and luckily, you know, I know a friend who's working in the airlines. He can get the staff tickets for me. I mean, staff discount for me, so I don't have to spend that much money on ticket as well. Since I'm really, you know, in a bad time, you know, financially. So I think it's beginning of June. So I fly back to China. The city is Beijing. I stay with my my nephew. Actually, he's older than me. He's a chef. He's a home chef for one governor in Beijing. So they stay in the villa actually. But my nephew, he stay in the basement. So if I stay with him, for sure I'm staying in the basement as well. But the problem is when I stay there, there's no signal of my phone. Yeah, because I need to wait for the call, the company to call me. Yeah, to call me for the interview or for the result or whatever. So I told him, I told my nephew, I said, when you go up to cook, you know, bring my phone with you. If anyone rings, just call me, because that's very important to me, because I came back for the job. So you know, he called me, you know, and he said, you have a phone. You have phone coming.
Phone call, yeah.
Yeah, phone call. And then when I get up, when I get the phone, I saw it's from Dubai. I was like, I said, because I was expecting
from China.
Yeah, from China. The company called me, you know, and then I said, why it's from Dubai? I said, I don't have friends. I mean, it's a landline number, you know. So I said, must be from a company. I mean, I don't remember any company, you know, to know me, you know. So I answered, and then this company actually, I called them before. So they were calling me, was asking me if I'm available for, I think it's like June 20 start. June 20 start, if I'm available for those days. They want to hire me as a tour guide for those groups. I was like, it's really a joke, you know. I said that when I stay there for more than 6 months, you know, no one called me for work, you know, except the Chinese New Year in January.
And now you gave
And now
up.
when I come back, when I come back to China and someone's is calling me. Actually, even if I didn't get that job in China, I still will come back to Dubai, because my thing's still there. And I owe my friends money, you know. I cannot just leave like that, you know.
Of course.
So I still will go back to Dubai if I didn't get that job. If I get the job from China, so I will call my friends. I will tell them what's happening to me now. So of course I need to give them like, I will pay you back. Just wait for you few more months, you know, when I settle down here. So I was totally shocked, like why they call me for this job, you know, when I come back to China. But I was like, okay, I will say yes. Even I don't go back to Dubai, they cannot find me, you know. Even I said yes, and then if I don't take the work, you know, I was thinking, what if I didn't take the work from China? So I have to go back. So I said yes. He booked me for one group. So I go down. I left the phone with my nephew because I'm still expecting the
Chinese.
The Chinese company will call me. And then after half an hour, and then my nephew called me again. He said, you have a phone call. I was like, okay, this must be the Chinese company, you know. So when I go up, I see it's another line number from Dubai, and it's not the same one, you know. The same one I already saved, you know. So I was like, couldn't be another company call me for the job, right? I answered, and it is the company I work for Chinese New Year, the Chinese tour company from Dubai. She called me like for another group if I'm available in June, you know. Those dates he gave me. I was like, what happened? I said, why? This is really like a joke, you know, but I still said yes. So that time actually I'm very happy, because, you know, so even the China company don't take me, so I will come back to Dubai with a happy mood. Like I know I have work, you know. So I think this is the fate, you know. The China company didn't take me, they reject me. So I come back to Dubai. I just rest for like, you know, I think 10 days or a week, I started to work as a tour guide for those two companies. While I'm working, and they keep calling me for more available dates in the July.
The same companies or different companies?
The same two company. They keep asking me the available dates for July, for August. I was like, yeah, this is it. I mean, they need me now. I mean, now they think I'm good, as a tour guide. So I was so happy and so busy since when I come back from China, I work as a tour guide and really good incomes, because, at that time, not just only $150 a day, the guests, they will pay you tips when they're happy, they will go different place and they give you tips, That time is really like every day, easily you can get, $300, or more. So I have the notebook. So I just take the note, like
just took all your income.
How much I earn every day or every single group, I was so happy about it. I was like, I tell my friends, I said, just wait 1 more month. I will pay you guys back. I will treat you guys a good meal, I was so happy that time. And then I think in July, in the middle of July, one day when I get home, we are living in 18th floor that time in Dera, Dubai Tower. And then because the tourists, every day they should have waters, we should prepare waters for tourists, but many of them cannot finish the whole water, the whole box of water. So whatever they left, so I bring back home, because that time I need to save money, right? To pay my friends back. So
you're still living very, very...
Yeah, I still live in the bed space with the workers. And then I said I also should make use of this waters, bottle of waters, so I don't have to spend money to buy. So I was holding the water box in the lift, in the elevator. So I was asking one guy with me in the elevator. I said, "Can you press 18?" And then the guy was looking at me like, in a very strange way. I was like, "What happened?" And then because he's Chinese, he said, "You don't know your floor was on fire like 1 hour ago?" I was like, "What?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "No one called me for that." I said, "Left or right?" Because that building was like very old building now. They have left side and right side. Each side have 5 apartments. So I was asking him, I said, "Left side or right side?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "There's 3 big fire trucks was here, for 2 hours, I was like, "That's a big, accident." I mean, I was like, it must not be us, because if it's us, someone should call me, because we always have some workers at home, So when I step out of the elevator, when I look at right, it's all dark. It's because of that, when the firemen get in, they just try to put out the fire. They use the
phone.
Yeah, and then I said, shouldn't be us, because there's 5 apartments. So the whole corridor was dark, like burnt. So and then when I try to open my apartment, the door is not open. It's not opening. It's not working. So I said, "It's us." And where's everybody? I mean, where's everyone? And the door cannot open. And when I called them, no one answered. So I was trying to use my hand to knock the door. I didn't ring the bell. And then the neighbors, one auntie, she came out. She said, "Hey, young man, you came back?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where's our peoples?" And she said, "They just took by police, like 1.5 hour ago." I was like, I said, "It's us, the fire?" It said, yeah, it's from your apartment.
Oh man.
I was like, okay, that makes sense why I called and no one answered, because they are all with police, how should they answer the phone? So, and the auntie said, "You are so lucky, you are not in the house. If you're in the house, you will be taken by police as well." And then I was like, yeah, I'm lucky, I'm lucky.
I'm lucky. I just started doing good.
Yeah.
And my apartment burns down.
Exactly.
Did you have any? Obviously, you're making good money at the time. Did you have money inside the apartment?
No.
Okay, that was a way. But all your belongings are there, though.
Yeah, actually my belongings, only one laptop with the luggage of my clothes. That's it. That's all my belongings that time. I don't have any other valuable things. the most valuable thing is myself. And then the auntie is also very funny. She said, "What you are holding?" I said, "I'm holding the water." He said, "You came too late, man." I was like,
she's being sarcastic.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then so I just go out because they have stairs in the same opposite of the elevator. I just sit down there. I just wait for them to come back because I don't have any place to go. I was like, what happened? I just started to get my luck, and then our apartment was like this. I don't even know what happened inside. So I waited like 2 hours. They came back because they came to PlayStation for the recording, I guess, like what happening, all those details. So it went out like, actually there's no fire in our apartment because the TV was too old, and then there's some wire from the TV like get burned, so the big smoke is coming.
So there was no fire at all. It was just
no fire at all, and then no one at home, but the TV was on. And then so I think one of the workers went out to buy something, and then the TV was on, and then the TV was like many years old already, so it get burned. So this big smoke is coming. So then the fire alarms and everything, and then the fireman came. When they just get in, they just use that forms to everywhere. But my bed was in the living room partition, so we don't have closet to storage our clothes. So all my clothes was hanging on the double decker bed, So everything was ruined because when the firemen get in, they use the form to do everywhere, So my laptop was on the table, in the living room on the table. When I check my laptop, because my laptop is still open, so I didn't close it, still open. And then when I take like this, the water come out from my laptop. So I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
everything is just destroyed.
Yes.
At this point, you really have nothing.
I was totally like, I was like, okay, I don't have money, and then now I don't have anything, like my clothes, my bed sheet, and my blanket, my luggage, and my laptop. It's totally ruined.
It can always be worse, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you think you're in a bad situation, it can get worse.
I was thinking the next day, what should I wear? I should buy the clothes, for next day when I meet my tourists. I cannot wear the same clothes. That time is summer, So I was like, I want to cry, that moment, but what to do? This is life, You cannot do anything about it. And then the landlord telling me we couldn't stay here until this whole apartment was being, renovated. So I was asking her how long it will take. She said probably 2 weeks. And I was like, where am I gonna stay? I don't have friends. I just started work here, and I mean, I don't have place to stay. So I was asking her if she can take me wherever she stay, and she said, I'm staying with my friends. So for sure it's not convenient to bring me to her friend place. So I just sit in the living room. I was like, really depressed and sad. I don't know what to do, that time I think it's like 7 p.m. in the evening already. So I don't know tonight where should I stay, and I still need to buy new clothes for tomorrow, And then there's a guy, the Chinese guy, who's our neighbors, and he's 2 years older than me, and I lived there for already more than 7-8 months in that apartment. So we saw each other a few times, but we just smile or just a hi, no other conversations. Yeah. He actually walked in our apartment. He was like, wow, it's already like looks like burned. So I said, yeah. I said it looks really bad, but actually nothing happened. I mean, there's no fires. And he was asking me like, are you gonna still stay here or what? I said, no, the police won't allow us to stay here. We need to find a place to stay. And he was asking me, do you have a place to stay? I said, actually I don't. And then he was like, you come to my place, because he's the next apartment next to us, you know. So I was like, what? I said, you sure? I was like, I don't even know you, you know, we just see each other a few times. And then he said, yeah, you come and check if you can stay here. So I just immediately go with him to his apartment, just only a few meters away from our apartment. So he literally don't have a bed, you know, he's working in mobile parts company. So his bed was like all boxes, and he just put a mattress on those boxes, you know, it's a bed. So he said, if you don't mind, so you can sleep here. I sleep here as well, like every day. I was like, it's a huge, you know, mattress. I said, yeah. I said, I would love to. Thank you for, you know, for helping me out, you know. Still, I'm very busy, and this other company also keep calling me like for more.
More and more jobs.
Yeah, it's like non-stop. I don't have off day, you know.
Wow.
Literally, I'm working every day. That time I was, you know, I don't know what happened, you know. I don't know why I'm so busy, you know. I didn't even think, you know, why this happened. But in August, I think the end of August, and a bunch of tour guides, we just in the restaurant, you know. Because all our groups are having lunch in the restaurant, so tour guides just talk to each other. So one guide was telling the story, like he said he need to get the license, and I was asking why. I said they don't even check if you have a license or not. I mean, they said, see, you are good, you already have license since March. He said, we work as tour guide many years, but we don't have license, we need to get license now. I said, why? I said that they are checking now. I mean, like, you have to have license. He said, yes, they are checking now, because, you know, one tour guide one day, when she, you know, help check in with the guest, and then she go to the room with the guest to help the guest other things, you know. But the receptionist think the tour guide gonna stay there, so the receptionist called the police, like. There's one tour guide, he didn't check in, but he stayed in the hotel. So the police came and go to that room. Actually, she's helping the guest, like, you know, about some, the next day's itinerary or something. So spend like 2 hours there. And then the police was asking her, why you are staying here? And this tour guide said, no, I'm not staying here. I'm just, you know, helping my guests, you know, my tourists about the itinerary tomorrow, how we gonna go, how we gonna do the plan. And then the police said, so where's your tour guide license? Show me your license. And this tour guide don't have license. As I told you, you know, many of them don't have license, because that time Dubai is not as popular as now as a tourist destination. So
it wasn't regulated at all.
Yeah, don't have that much groups at all, you know. My ID number of my tourism license ID number was, I think, if I'm not wrong, it's like 250 something. So which means like I'm the 250 person who have the license. Can you imagine, including all the nationality who work as a tour guide? So wow. You can see that time is not you know,
not popular at all.
Yeah, at all, you know. So the police reported this, I think, to Dubai tourism department, like why the tour guide don't have license? They're working, they're illegal, you know. So since this incident happens. So all the agency have the notice from Dubai tourism department. It's like, you know, you need to hire licensed tour guide, you know, you need to use the tour guide who have license. But the agency was, you know, they are confused. How should I know which tour guide have license, you know? And the DTCM said, okay, we can give you the list, you know, so you can come to know whoever have the license. But this is the story what I ever heard. Yeah, I don't know if it's real happen or not, but it sounds really makes sense, because they keep calling me suddenly for licensed tour guide, and I'm the one who have license, wow. You know. And
so they get the list, the tourism department. They give the list to the tourist agencies, yes. And your name's on that list. Exactly. One of the Chinese speaking, and they're just calling you up nonstop. Wow, exactly, yeah, wow, exactly. What a turnaround of events.
So this Chinese mentality is good.
Of course. Always. I mean,
it turns out it's really good.
You can't go wrong with investing in yourself. Yeah. Nothing bad could happen.
Exactly. And then, you know, at that time, I think I'm the very few Chinese who have license. That's why I'm very busy. Wow. Everyone call me, you know. everyone call me for the groups.
You went, what is that, 8 months you went without having a job, being in
Exactly,
debt,
yeah.
borrowing money from every day, and then you end up just having just a crazy streak of just being booked nonstop. How many hours a day were you working at that time?
Wow, that's normally I get up like 7. I need to go to the hotel to greet the guests like 8:30, and then we start tours like 9 or 9:30, and we finish the tours late night. Sometimes 9 p.m., sometimes or 8 p.m. Mostly
12,
like 8
13,
p.m.
14 hours of just
mostly
working.
like 7 or 8 p.m. You know, so that's why I'm so exhausted. When I get home, I was asleep. You know, but when that friend, when I sleep, stay in his place, he come back always like 9:30 or 10. So when he come back, I'm already fall asleep. You know, so that's why we don't have conversation. So it's every day was exhausted, and I don't have off. Every day I'm working because I know I need to pay back to my friends. I need to make money. And then it's really good income that time. I saw my notebook, you know, easily a month I can make like 40,000-50,000 dirhams, you know.
Wow, so you're making what, like 10, 12, 13,000 dollars a month,
yes,
going from
exactly,
being in debt,
exactly.
8, 10, 12,000 dollars.
Exactly,
You were
yeah.
able to pay that
I
off
never
in a month.
imagined that happens to me, you know, and I never imagined like I can get this much incomes, you know. So I made some savings. I bought a new apartment for my parents in my city, and then.
So wait, you went from So you went from lying to your father on his birthday, telling him that you're successful while you're really in debt,
Yes.
and you're looking at, you know, thousands of dollars in debt, and then you end up
Exactly,
making money. You're driving your own way. You're paving your own path. And the first thing you do with the money you make is you give it back to your parents. I mean, that is incredible.
Exactly,
That is, God bless you, man. That is incredible.
Yeah, and then so 2010, the whole year. I mean, the from June until the end of the year, I'm super busy. I'm super happy as well, you know. And every day I just want to work because I can see how much I can earn, you know. So the 2011 also super busy because Dubai has become more popular for Chinese, and a lot of more groups are coming in. So when winter started 2011, I realized like I cannot be working as a tour guide all the times, you know, because tour guide, whatever you can earn, this is it, you know. This is the income you can maximum to get, you know, as a tour guide. So for me, in the very beginning, you probably realize like I'm not that kind of person like in the comfort zone, you know. So I want to do something.
More.
Yeah, I want more. Like now, many people doing the same thing what I'm doing, and they get the same, you know, salaries or paid the amount like me. So I said I should do something else, you know. I should you know gain more, you know, and I have savings. So I was thinking, what should I do? So I realized that, you know, most of the tour guides are freelancer, as I in the early I mentioned, or freelancer, because that times they don't have that much groups. So no agency will hire full-time tour guide like to employ them in their company because they need to pay them salaries, but they don't have that much groups. But in 2011, it's totally another story. So the tour guides can be a full-time job, like, you know, it's a big demand. So I was thinking like still most of them are freelancer, but freelancer is unstable because if I need you, I call you, you're not available. Yeah. So you cannot work for me only, you work for everyone,
of course.
You know. So I was like, okay, why shouldn't I open a tour guide company? I will be, you know, train all those tour guides, hire all those tour guides as my full-time tour guide. So I can give them to the agency as a different options, like, and also I promise the tour agency that if any tour guide make mistakes, our company will be responsible. If you hire any freelancer, you know, they are individuals. If anything happen, they can be just left. You cannot find them, you know.
So if the tourist guide does anything wrong, he can just leave and nobody will be held accountable for that.
Yeah, no one will take the responsibility.
Of course.
So this is actually what agency want, you know. I told them I'm a tour guide company, so all tour guides come from me. And if you give me all those groups to my tour guides, whatever happens, we will be responsible for that.
So you took the responsibility on yourself.
Yes, and then I said I will train my tour guides as a wonderful tour guide like me, because they would rather, I mean, they're always happy to see me working with them, and they saw what the work I done for them. So I said I will use the same way to train my guides. They will be like me. So you can hire them, as your tour guide. So I started my first business in November 2011 as a tour guide company. Actually, at that time, in whole UAE, don't have this, business type.
Yeah, you never had that guide. Business exist. So you just started something, a niche.
Yeah, I went to the economy department, was asked them, I want to open this business. They don't even know, this tour guide kind of.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I said, please check for me. There's a tour company for sure. There's a tour guide company as a service company to providing service to tour company. But anyway, it's a long story short. They gave me this license, tour guide guidance license. So I start hiring my my tour guides from my school. I asked my teacher to introduce the job vacancy to those graduates. So for me, it's so easily to hire them because they saw me already do a good job. So it's a very good example. So they came to here to work as tour guide. So I run this tour guide company. Even now I'm still having it. So it's really a good business in 2012 and 2013 and 2014 as well. And when 2012, I think the highest number I have like around 20 tour guides.
Okay.
In my company. Like also they are super busy, so you can see the business is really blooming. So and in 2013 as well, was busy, but have competition already because people see you have tour guide company, they want to do the same. They open the tour guide company as well. So the competitions is going on. So I was like, okay, I should do something else. It's not like I will close down this company because this company already been doing well, and this is it. That what I can see is the numbers is already reached the maximum. So we cannot generate more profits because there's more competitors getting. So I was thinking like, and also actually my parents was keep pushing me like, I have a biological sister. I only have one sibling, and she just lost her job in China in 2013, and her husband as well. So both of them are unemployed in China. So my parents, they know I'm doing very good. So my parents
they finally know.
Yeah,
they know the truth.
That's true. Yeah. And then my parents keep asking me like, can you find some job for your sister and your brother-in-law? So I mean, if you have any chance. So I keep this always in mind, like
in your mind, yeah.
Yeah, I should help them. So I was thinking, what should I do can help them, So I realized that time in 2013, there's very few Chinese restaurants in Dubai, and there's very few authentic Chinese restaurants in Dubai, and especially there's no Sichuan cuisine restaurant in Dubai, and Sichuan cuisine is super popular in the whole world, even in your country, US, it's really popular, like spicy food, hot pot.
Of course.
Yeah, and then here when I go to a Chinese restaurant, if they ask them for some Sichuan cuisine, it's not authentic at all, So I realized like maybe I can do a restaurant, And then I told this idea to my sister, and they are really happy. Even they don't know how to run a restaurant, but they're happy. Like
so let's just do it. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, and then we opened a restaurant in 2013 May. So that's our first restaurant in Dera, near Fish Roundabout, Makton Hospital Road. And then it goes viral, our restaurant, like because it's the first ever Sichuan cuisine, like
authentic Chinese restaurant
food.
In Dubai.
There, in Dubai. So people that keep coming from Marina, from Jebel Ali, even from Abu Dhabi,
just to come and try
our food. It's so popular that time, 2013, 2014, super popular.
So you went from the tourism business, you still have the tourist business going on, and now you're just expanding, going into restaurants.
Yes.
And you open the authentic Chinese restaurant in Dubai that just gets massive attraction.
Exactly. Yeah. The chef is my classmate brother, so of course he will give his best, to do everything here. And then I saw the business. Wow, it's like really beyond my expectations. I didn't expect that. It's so popular. Like they even call it is like the Dubai duty free staff's canteen, or Emirates Chinese cabin crew's canteen, because they go there every day. It's really popular. And then so I told my sister we should get the second one. I said in different locations, because so immediately we took a place in JLT. So that's our second restaurant in 2015, and then 2017 we have another restaurant.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
so kept expanding,
expanding.
expanding.
So it's the restaurant business is really going well. And then in 2015, actually there's one investor in Dubai, a Chinese investor, and then he want to invest money in tourism field, and he has partners as well. So his partners knows me, like in tourism, this
that you're just growing
field,
in
like
tourism,
I'm very famous, like people knows me, like okay, that guy is really different, like doing something like somebody else never think about it. So the investor approached me like, if you are interested to run an agency, so I bought the agency, so I hope you can take this position as a general manager to run this agency for me. Like I'm not here in Dubai, So I was like, this is really a good platform. I mean, as I said in the beginning, I learned tourism, knowledge in schools. So I said this could be another step for me, So I think about like 2 days. I gave his reply, yes, I will take this chance. Even my restaurant is super busy that time. I still want to take this challenge. So from 2016, actually when I run this agency, we only have like less than I think of 4 or 5 staff, and none of them knows about tourism business. So I started in 2016 January to start build the team, the structure of the company, and then 2017. I think in the end of 2017, we already have more than 250 groups from China monthly. So we expand so fast, and we keep buying the buses, the tour buses. Until now, we have around 75 buses, tour buses.
75 tour buses. How many employees do you have?
Now, because this is a pandemic. Before pandemic, we have like 180. Almost 200
So
staff.
you grew that business from 4 employees, 4 or 5 employees, to over 180 just invested in buses. And what else?
Yeah, before pandemic start, like 2019 or the 2020 January, actually we have already monthly more than 400 groups from China.
Man.
It's one of the biggest agency here. We are super busy, like literally. Many hotels or scenery spot or restaurants in Dubai, we are the partner, because they need our support, and we need their support as well, So our business goes so crazily, especially if we in tourism field. So, and my restaurant still, my sister, my brother-in-law, they're taking care of the restaurant, so my whole attention was on the tour agency.
How much? If you don't mind me asking, 2017, a big business boom. You grew the company from 4 or 5 employees to 180. You have 80 buses. You have restaurants. What was the revenue generated, if I may ask?
Wow, that's if it's tour company, average a year at least like $20 to $30 million revenue.
$20 to $30 million.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And you grew that company basically from nothing to $30 million. Empire growing. That's impressive.
Exactly.
It's good that this happened, for the reason that I can spend a little bit of time with you and just get your feedback on your entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
But you went back to China during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You told me that you lost quite a bit of money
Exactly.
while you were back in China.
That's also the story I don't wanna go back, go through again. Actually, when I go back to China, it's like everything's new to me because I never worked in China. I came to UAE since I was 21, so 14 years passed now. So I never worked in China. So when I go back, I was like, okay, everything is opportunity for me. Actually, for me, it is, looks like, but it's like already a hard competition, and it's so hard to get in, So that's why I invest in different kind of business or field. So because for me as a expat living in Dubai, you never know what's happening in China. So that's why when you go back, you feel like you are so fresh, like everything goes so well.
Yeah,
like
it's confidence. I got this.
Yes,
I made it in Dubai. I'm gonna kill it here.
Yeah. So it's not like that.
So, of course, Young. Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you for making time out of your day. Yeah. Obviously, the world is picking up now. The economies are going back.
All I want to say to those, young generations or whoever, this graduated, now, never give up. You don't know what will happen. Just having faith in yourself. The worst coming. Actually, the next thing is the better thing's gonna be.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
Right,
You know what they say? God makes his strongest, his hardest battles for his strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
Now it's amazing. I mean, your determination, the way you went in life, how many backward steps you had from just going downhill, and slowly you make your way. You started making money, then your house burns. Well, apparently it didn't, but it looked like a scene of a burnt down apartment.
That's really a good memory.
Yeah, of course. And you make your way now, and I mean, you're going to be flourishing in the future. But thank you once again so much for the interview. Thank you for allowing me to come to your office.
Thanks for your time.
I appreciate you. All right, brother. Thank you.
So much. Take care.